if any of you have seen the unforgettable spectacle that is Andrew dancing. I have. And I remember when my parents took me and some of my friends out for my birthday.
Mom.
No mums over there, Toby. It was for my birthday, it wasn't exactly the sort of party I wanted, so you've got to humour them. Now after the meal, the music came on, Andrew got up, and he really decided to throw some shapes. I was a little bit scared. My dad thought he was having some sort of fit. But it turns out he was actually walking. That's right. I'm a little nervous about the disco tonight, and I'm hoping that apart from having paramedics on standby, that Andrew hasn't been taking any dancing tips from another old woman, Anne Widdicombe. Now, as Andrew reached puberty, he became interested and then almost obsessed with something small and purple. You make up your own punchlines now, aren't you? I clearly mean the artist formerly known as Prince. And I think there are two reasons why Andrew likes Prince so much. They both look good in heels, and wearing them helps them reach the light switches. Now this was around the time that Andrew moved to Leeds, and I stayed in Hull, so I think he got the better deal. We didn't lose touch, but we weren't in contact that often. Andrew was busy studying, I was training hard for my cage fighting career. And then Andrew met Martin. Now, members of the jury, as you know, it's traditional. It's traditional for the best man to slaughter his groom. Well, to reflect equal status, I thought I'd break with tradition and instead talk about Martin and exactly how Andrew selected him from a drop-down menu. Now, Andrew's a little romantic. And he booked the table for himself and Martin on Valentine's Day. But I knew there was going to be trouble because Martin is rubbish at snooker. I'm not saying that Andrew often gets things wrong, but only the other day he did text me from Casualty. Now apparently the new Dyson ball cleaner isn't exactly what he thought it was. Now it's clear that Andrew and Martin make a terrific couple, each bringing something very unique to the equation. In fact, Andrew was only saying earlier that Martin is very handy to have around, particularly for reaching things from cupboards. Now for some time now we've all been waiting expectantly for the most hotly tipped announcement of the decade. Finally, Martin had gotten down on one knee, so, at least for a short period of time, you were about the same height. I'm sorry, I realise I shouldn't be making demeaning or patronising jokes about Andrew's height, because, well, I'm bigger than that. Now, I think it's fabulous that Andrew and Martin can now legally stand here and make a commitment in front of us all towards each other. But this wasn't always the way. Lots of people didn't like the idea. Arnold Schwarzenegger famously came out against civil ceremonies, presumably before putting on his G-string, covering his muscles in body oil and posing in a room full of guys. Now, having been married myself for 11 years, 6 months, 22 days, 8 hours, my own experience has led me to give in some advice for you all. Remember to love, honour and cherish each other, but most importantly, don't forget to take the bins. I'm nearly done now, so before I exchange these cue cards for a large single malt at the bar, it's a hint by the way, I'd like to finish with this. When Andrew first asked me to be his best man, at first I was afraid. I was petrified. I had spent the best part of a year worrying about this match, and then about 2 weeks ago it suddenly came to me. Nobody can stand where I am right now and feel more proud and more honoured than me to represent you today. Andrew and Martin are a very special couple. They're very funny, they're very generous, and they're very loving. And I'm sure that we wish them all the very best as they start their new adventure together. To be fair, if I was less awesome, I'd be crying now. With that in mind, it now gives me immense pleasure, not to mention relief, that by the power vested in me by website, I very proudly give you, Andrew,